You could only choose two curriculums, but you had to teach one class.
Got it.
What would it be, and what would the other person teach, and who would teach it,
Who would
dead or
teach it?
alive?
Okay. So the class that I would teach would be critical thinking through literature class.
Oh yeah,
It's funny, I was just talking to my wife about this class last night, about how much I love teaching this class. So the reason I would teach that class is because a lot of my students, they always ask me, why are we learning this stuff? Why do we have to read poetry or short stories or whatever? You learn about yourself and other people by reading fiction. Because then you start digging deep and you start analyzing the characters. Why do they act that way? Why do they do the things they do? And then that gets you to thinking about yourself. It's like self-reflection, right? So it also helps you increase and improve your empathy, because if you're able to relate to and connect with the character in a book, then when you go out into the real world, you're less likely to judge people.
Yeah.
Because now you're trying to understand them the way you try to understand that character in the book. And now you have more empathy, like, you know what, they made a mistake or whatever, but I can see why they did that. Or I understand where they're coming from. So you're just more understanding, you know?
Now, what would those two classes be? What were those two? What two curriculums would you be teaching?
So,
well, we know yours, but the other person.
so the other one, it would be a history class.
Yeah.
And I would have it taught
Dead or alive.
dead or alive. So it would either be an American history class taught by like an indigenous leader from the past who went through
Yeah.
like the indigenous struggles in the past, or somebody like Frederick Douglass, for example. Because if you think about Frederick Douglass,
Great speaker.
he was amazing speaker, great writer. He was born into slavery, and he saw both sides, and he was alive during the Civil War.
Exactly.
So imagine him teaching an American history class where it's like from his perspective, right? Or from like somebody like Geronimo or Black Elk, like an indigenous leader who's like, let me tell y'all how this country really started. Or somebody like Tecumseh, even going further back.
Yeah,
right?
that's going further back. The
Yeah.
beauty in that would be is that we get to learn what they not teaching us.
Exactly. Everything they try to erase.
That's
So,
crazy.
yeah, critical thinking on one side through literature, and then history.